Hello, hero collectors here. How's it going, everybody? Hope y'all are doing fantastic. I know I am, and today we're going to be cracking open this Francine Frye Electro, the last figure I needed in this Spider-Man 2025 retro carded wave. I've got all the figures you see here now in hand. We just need to crack her open. Big shout out to my friend Summit City Spidey. I will leave a link to his Instagram down in the description. We did kind of a trade. I managed to find the Secret War Spidey for him, and he found this for me, knowing that I was close to completing the wave. So thank you to him, and yeah, without further ado, let's crack her open. And I've got all of the figures from the wave next to me to do a comparison, and then I've got the Max Dillon Electro off to the side to do a comparison as well. Alright, so here are the two trays. The electric effects already want to fall out. At least that set does, but let's go ahead and get those out of there. And then we will get Francine. Looking pretty good so far. I'm liking the way the figure looks, just in package. And get her hands here. There's that one. And that one. There we go. Okay. So let's set the accessories off to the side for a second, and we'll readjust one last time so that we can get her in proper focus to break in the articulation. Alright, so she does have a ball and a hinge, which means she can look up pretty far, which I like. And just looking at the face, the printing looks pretty good. A little fuzzy, but not like too bad, at a distance especially, not too bad. And I believe this is just the Shriek body, which, after messing around with Silk not that long ago, I know that that body is pretty good, despite not being super articulated. So this should be a pretty fun figure to pose. And it looks like the lightning bolts are going to break up when you go to pose her around and articulate the diaphragm joint. That's and there, and I like this costume design. Adding in the black, I think it would probably fit better if I pulled out the other Max Dillon Electro that I have. Maybe I will pause this recording and do that just to do that comparison. But I do still have the classic one nearby, so I'm gonna leave the fists off of the figure for now, but I just want to get those joints kind of worked in real quick. But let's pose her. Let's just see how she looks just initially with the electric effects, because these are my first time, or this is my first time getting these in hand. Let's try to loop this hand here. Okay, yeah, there is a clip there. Actually, let's get the hand popped off first, because then I can weave this in better. Let's put that like so. And plug the hand back in. And have her kind of like grip it like that. Okay. Let's see, does this one have... Yes, it does. So maybe what we do is we do this. And it's a very pliable plastic, or maybe it's rubber, I don't know. So the lightning shouldn't be too bad to actually get onto the figure in any configuration. I'm just using the clips here for time. But yeah, that looks pretty good. I'm liking that so far. I like these effects. I'm definitely going to have some fun trying to figure out what to do with these in photos. But for now, let's take them back off. And let's do just a couple really quick comparisons, because I've got the whole rest of the wave here next to me to compare to Electro. So there she is there. And then we got Spider-Man Unlimited. We got Chameleon, Agent Venom, Kane, and then Spider-Boy. So yeah, there is the Marvel Legends Spider-Man 2025 wave now complete for my collection. once I get this video done, I just need to start taking photos of all these guys and then group the figures for a couple different reviews, and then eventually I'll do then eventually I will do a wave ranking, and then they'll all be ready to go on the shelf. So lots of stuff to do, but it should be pretty exciting to actually take care of. So this is how I'm going to group the reviews when I do eventually do them. So the ones that had the 90s card back, and then these are the ones that had the modern card back. And yeah, I'll probably actually do this one first, just because I'm more familiar with Agent Venom, and I really want to start posing him around. These, it's not that I don't like these, I just have more desire to do this video first, and then I'll get to this one. So yeah, in the near future, I don't have an exact day as to when this is going to happen. I still have to work on clearing up my desk, do the full display walkthrough video for this year, and then yeah, I'm going to get to everything else that's on my desk. All right, bringing in some Max Dillons. Here we have the, I forget which wave this was. The first kind of release of Electro, and this was the retro carded release of Electro. Please forgive the fact that he doesn't have hands, because he had these upon release, and I have had this guy in a storage bin, so I didn't want those to get ruined. But yeah, this guy's been on the display because this is my definitive Electro. So I've got some options with this figure. I can display her with either of these guys, or I can display her with the team with Female Beetle, White Rabbit, and I guess that would be it so far. But like if they eventually do the, was it Lady Octopus, Lady Doc Ock? I don't know this team very well. I've only read like one comic with them in it, but I have some options when I want to display her, and I'm not sure where I want to go with that. Because like I'm currently reading Spectacular Spider-Man, and these two have actually teamed up in that book, so I'm more familiar with them together. But I also know that when she first appeared, Electro was looking like this, and I have read the first couple issues of that Spider-Man run, so I don't know. I've got some options here. I don't really know where I want to go with Francine here. She's going to go on the Spider-Man villain shelf eventually, but I don't know exactly how I want to display her yet. But I have several options, and going over those right now, those are some options for you guys as well. So let's actually pose her up on a flight stand, and maybe pose her with Max here. So let's try and do something like this, to where she has the electric effects coming down at an angle like this. Yeah, I think that would be really cool. It's already a cool pose. So let's do, okay, sorry, I'm going to try and put that at a better angle for the camera. Oftentimes when I kind of get in the zone with posing, I forget where my camera actually is, and I've noticed in recordings I just go off camera. I try not to do that. Let's weave that on there, and again, for the sake of time, I'm just putting the clip to the wrist of the figure. If I wasn't recording, I'd probably try to do something a bit more different with where I'm posing the electric effects, as you can see there. And I'm curious, when the movie Electro comes out, how I would like the yellow electric effects with this figure to match this Max, and see if that would fit better for my collection. Or do I put some blue electric hands on my comic one? There. Okay, that's not too bad. So let's pose her like that on the stand. Yeah, that looks pretty good. I like that a lot. And then let's get Max here. Kind of crouch down. Maybe he's doing something like that. And get that foot level. There we go. Yeah, what do you think? How does that look? I like those two kind of paired up. I don't know if I love the mix in the lightning colors, but I know the comics aren't very consistent with that either. So what do I do here? But yeah, that's not too bad, and I'm liking the how dynamic she looks with the electric effects. It adds some really nice posing opportunities. So overall, just initial impressions, I'm liking this Electro figure. I think she's gonna be a lot of fun once I do take photos. Just as a note, I don't know if you can tell fully here, but the yellow colors are slightly different. This has a bit more of an orange tint to this Electro, and this Francine is a bit more standard yellow, less orange to it. But yeah, I hope you all enjoyed this unboxing video of the Francine Frye Electro figure. And if you did, make sure you leave a like, make sure you comment and subscribe. And I will talk to you all in another video, another post, another time.